Lip talk. Red lip talk. Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea. Red lip talk. Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea. Red lip talk.
Y'all, welcome back. Welcome back to Red Lip
Lip
Talk
Talk
Podcast.
Podcast. Woohoo!
Yes,
Like Saint would say.
yes, woohoo. We're excited to have you back this weekend. I'm excited about this show. I'm so excited. We have some real phenomenal guests.
Yes, some local actors and actresses.
Yes.
Yes.
Although they're local, one is in California. This is a real dear friend of mine, Miss Havilah Malone. We're gonna give you a little bit more about them when we, get into our what I guess we call it tea topics.
That's right.
When we get to our tea topics, right? And we also have
We have Mike Forrest.
yes,
Yes.
yes, he's actually a local actor here in New Orleans, Louisiana. But I guess he does movies all over as well as like
Yes,
Havilah
yes.
nationally.
Yes, he
Yes,
does. He's
yes.
mostly known in the theater scene.
Okay,
But
okay.
I actually know him from A Frantic Love 4. I worked in hair and makeup on that short film.
Yeah.
So, yes, I've worked with him as well as Havilah. I've done her makeup for Essence.
Yes. So we
Yes.
excited about them too. I'm so excited because y'all don't know the type of energy that's about to happen in here today.
Right.
And I am so excited. So I said we call this show the Hollywood Show. Greatness
That's
greatness
right.
is among us, and I am so happy and excited about that. So I guess, how was your weekend, Sona?
My weekend was busy. I had helped host the baby shower.
Okay.
One of my good friends is having her baby
Oh.
very soon, looks like. So congratulations to them.
Yeah.
And that pretty much wore me out. I went to church on Sunday. I didn't go
Okay.
to Super Sunday or nothing. I
Yes.
went home. I cooked and I slept.
Okay. So my weekend was pretty like I won't say it was more relaxing. With my injury, some
Oh,
people don't know
yeah.
about the injury I have. I have a second degree burn. It's doing well. It's healing. A little accident that I had in the salon. But I rest all day Sunday. I wanted to get up and go to church, but something just say sit down and rest.
Rest.
So that's what I did this weekend. Busy in a salon Thursday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday through Saturday, I was very busy. But after that, I say I'm resting.
That's
So I
right.
had a good day of rest
Took some time
this
out for
weekend.
yourself.
Yeah,
That's
I had
right.
some great,
That's
great,
right.
rest. So I was excited about that. Speaking of topics, Hollywood topics. I want everybody to keep Jamie Foxx in your prayers. Yeah.
Yes,
Did
he
you-
was in a coma. They say he's
Yeah.
awake now,
Oh, he's awake now.
but
Yeah.
he's been in a coma. Yeah,
for a while.
that
for a
was
while.
shocking news to me. I was like, what?
I
I
know.
kind of sometimes shut myself out from things
Yes,
because you know.
yes.
But I was really sad to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So prayers for him and his
yes,
health.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that lets you know that he had a stroke. So that lets you know that you have to take care of yourself. He was
Absolutely.
in the midst of a movie, and what was weird about, well, not weird, but I guess we're gonna talk to the actor and actress Havilah and Mike, but like they really just got a double, or what they call it, a double, or a different a stunt devil.
Oh,
what you call it? What they call it in the scene?
They call him. I guess you call him they double.
Yeah, a double. They got a double to finish the movie. He was only like
Okay.
4 weeks away from the movie, and they actually got a double to finish the movie.
Wow.
So that lets you know that you're so replaceable, that you should live your life.
It's funny that you're talking about that.
Yes. People will
Yes.
replace you in a second.
Replace you.
Yes. So you got to
know,
live your life.
Yeah, they have a strike. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but the Writers Guilds Association has approved a strike at the end of their contract with the Alliance Motion Television Production.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Anyways, yes, so they're negotiating money. And so it's like, hey, you don't want to pay us, we're not going to work. And they making it known, if we replaceable, then replace us, but if
Oh
not, we need to
wow.
be paid.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know they just went through something, they call New Orleans the Hollywood South,
Oh
right?
yes, the Hollywood South.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
know they just went through a strike or something with
So
the taxes we were talking about.
yes, yes. The movie industry has been kind of slow here because I
Hmm.
was looking to jump in, back into it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
coming into the new year, the Movies Association was in contract with the state of Louisiana,
Hmm.
negotiating
Hmm.
their tax breaks. So,
Mm.
they're at the end of that contract, so they're negotiating that as well. What are going to be the incentives to continue filming movies the way that it has been for the
Yeah.
past 8
And
years.
I guess, also like we was talking about, I guess because, Louisiana or the South or whatever, region is, I know it's different. I hear Keyshawn talk about it all the
All
time about the union and
union.
what
Uh-huh.
union it is, union 8, union this. I mean, maybe they can shed a little more light on us.
Right.
But I know I always hear Keyshawn talk about it in the salon. Keyshawn is a celebrity hairstylist that works on film and TV and movies on celebrities, and as well as Sona has worked on
Yes.
actual movies as well. And I hear her talk about it all the time. And Keyshawn's like, we have not been at work. So many people are not working.
Yes.
So many,
Lots of people.
so many hairstylists, celebrity hairstylists, are not working right now. That was in the movie film industry. I saw one who's always working, doing a special to get back in the salon.
Hmm.
So, it just lets you know that with your craft, whatever it is, like with the pandemic, you
You
just
gotta
gotta
keep some
stay creative.
plans A B C D E F
Yeah,
G H
yeah.
I J K L M O P.
Yeah, yeah. I said those multiple streams of income.
Income. That's
You have to
right.
have different streams of income. And talking about that, I know for our guest that's on here, one of them, Havilah, I know she has
Yeah,
multiple
multiple.
streams of
Yes.
income.
Of
So
income.
you have to have that because you just never know. You just never
You
know.
never know.
Yeah.
But they say it takes 7 streams to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, even though you might be at the top of your chain, in your career,
Hmm.
there's all, more income. I mean, you're at a cap. They're only going to pay you so much,
Yeah.
So, what I find that's trending a lot are these like independent contractor jobs. You have it in travel, you have it in makeup, you
Yeah.
have it in hair, you have
Yeah.
it in finances,
Hmm.
things like that, where
Hmm.
people say, okay, I want to do something on the side, this is the
Yeah.
avenue I'm going to go into,
Hmm.
and those leads to create other opportunities for you to get into as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So,
I know for me, and not only do I do hair, I got the lipstick line. Oh man, do the insurance.
yeah.
Whatever it takes, the creative. If I have time for it, I am gonna be focused because what I heard was something this morning. I listened to my inspirational stuff, and I heard
Hmm.
ET said, you can't be everywhere. You
Right.
gotta focus. So
Right.
if you can multitask and do all those things, but do it excellent and get the outcome and the revenue from it, that's great. But if
Hmm.
you ever had people that's just all over the place,
Hmm.
they have some people that
They do have some people that's
what,
all
what
over
are
the
you?
place, and nothing's wrong as
Yeah.
long as you're within timing. I
Mhm.
mean, we see people back and forth every day, and we talk about different types of opportunities, and
Mhm.
so you never know, when that door is going to open for you. And I
Right.
think the best thing that we have where we're in the service community is the people that we come across. So
Yeah.
you're talking about all kind of different things. If you're talking about losing weight, if you're a trainer, if you're talking about traveling, if you want to do that travel business, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If you're talking about expanding into a product line, we come in contact with all
All
types
type
of
of people.
people who
Yeah.
could help us network through that without taking your focus off your main thing.
Right.
And so
Right.
that's just
So
another
it's
one of the
different sectors,
perks.
like it's
Yes.
different sectors, like in the beauty industry, just like there's different sectors in the I would say actress and actor
Hmm.
industry,
Entertainment.
entertainment
Hmm.
industry.
Yes.
Yes. there's different sectors where you can stay in that sector and still
Do
get
something
multiple
different.
streams of income.
Yep.
We're excited. We're gonna go to break, but we can't wait for you guys to come back and meet Havilah Malone.
Malone.
Not only is she an author, she's an actress. She was Miss Louisiana.
Yes.
I can just go on list. She has inspired me into some things. She's a motivational speaker.
Yes.
That energy you don't want to miss, right?
Right.
Right.
It's gonna put some sunshine on this
Yeah,
overcast day.
That's right, Sona. That's right. So we'll see you back at
Red Lip Talk Podcast.
Mwah.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348.
It's your girl, Sona's Charm.
And it's your girl, Spice Divas, the marketing diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the Red Lip Talk podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Red Lip Talk podcast. Mwah.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
The wait is over. This is your favorite prophetess Chanel Jones, and I want to introduce to you my new non-traditional podcast called Kingdom Women Speaking, where you can expect a royal discussion amongst queens. Yes, Lord. And you can find me on New Orleans Talk Network. Tune in, world.
Sona's Charm. Red Lip Talk. Red Lip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
Red Lip.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome.
Back. We welcome back you guys to Red Lip Talk Podcast with your girl Spice Diva.
And Sona's Charm.
Yeah, and we have this amazing guest. All the way from Cali.
California.
We're going to say from Hollywood. It's my good friend Havilah Malone, actor, author, motivational speaker. We are so honored to have you here today. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic and grateful to be here with you ladies. Like, roll my red lips in honor of the Red Lip Talk Club.
They look gorgeous too.
And she have on our colors. Look like I see some colors. I see our colors back there. Yeah. So how have you been? How are you? It's been a while. I'm so happy to see you.
I'm so excited to see you ladies too. It has been a minute. You know, it's like life is moving. And we have to move along with life. And so I have been, I've been blessed with a lot of really amazing opportunities, and, being out here in California and being able to more fully pursue my acting career and just stepping into the things that I once thought about, dreamed about, wanted for my life, but literally are being able to live that life. And I think that's what's so amazing is whatever we want is available to us all. So it's really about getting clear about what you want and then listening to that inspired action, doing the research, getting the information that you need to move in the direction that you want to move, because it's all available to us no matter what the appearances are.
I know you always talk about, she always talk about manifestation. And to be honest with you, you probably don't know, but I know I probably shared it with you before, but it was me being in your billionaire book club what made me step out on faith and quit my job in in the corporate world.
That's a new
Yeah,
story.
yeah. Just being in her book club, being inspired, and I said I need something more. I need
Mm.
something more, and that inspired me to resign. Yeah, and I said I'm just gonna go for it and go do the salon full time, and I no regrets so far. No regrets, none whatsoever. And just to see you stepping out on faith as well. I know your journey. I know how we met and stuff. We met, and about the ladies' night. I don't know if you know about that.
I
How
know
we met.
so many people have you've met through that
Do that
ladies'
ladies'
night.
night. To do
And
it
ladies' night
again.
has been a
But I
blessing for so many people for so many years. And it's like even you feeling called to, getting inspired to do something and then you actually taking the action towards it. Because had you not done that ladies' night, we may not have, crossed paths or come together and all the things that have ensued from that. Even Spice Diva Salon being the official hair providing hair care provider for Miss Louisiana Universal for my reigning year. So
Yes.
so many amazing things have unfolded in life, and it really is like everything we want is on the other side of our comfort zone. Like
Yes.
this
Yes.
is what we know and what you're comfortable with, but that's not where growth is. That's not where what you really are capable of is located. And so you do have to surround yourself with people who are doing what you want or in that mindset of growth and greatness. And when you surround yourself with that, you get in that energy and you like, well, what else can I do? And what else can I do? And let me go ahead and make those moves towards that. And you all were talking about a little bit earlier about the pending writer strike. We have just come out of a pandemic, so we as human beings are used to tragic events happening, perilous times happening, times of unrest, times of uncertainty happening, but we are resilient and we are capable of coming out of those things even stronger if we go in one with the right mindset and then utilize the time that we're given to tap into our greater power.
Yes.
And so it's like, okay, while it's slow or things aren't happening, what other gifts am I tapping into and utilizing? What am I creating? Am I writing now? Have I had a inkling or a call to do something else or start a different type of business? Well, it's time. This is an opportunity. And we have to look at everything that happens in life as an opportunity for our growth because life truly is happening for us if we allow it to.
Yes, they have a thing
Absolutely,
that
so
they
true.
say life is lifing.
I like
You hear the people say that? Life is lifing.
you go through so much and
Yes.
things that you never expected, and for the good and even the bad for the good because that's I feel what we learn most of our really tough life lessons, the ones that make you cross into that threshold of uncertainty or what else is beyond this point. I can't see beyond this point, but I'm going that way because I feel a connection that is something greater. So so those times are important as well, and we shouldn't count those times because it's not going the way that we wanted to go out.
Yeah, it's like if we had to continue to go down the same path, maybe we would have gotten to our end result, but it would have taken us 20 years. But because you had to go through the pain, you had to go through the rough patch, that was actually a shortcut to what you wanted. That actually cut it down to 2 years instead of 20. So you have to start to look at life as everything is happening for my highest and best good. Yes, this may not feel good right now. Yes, this may be difficult. Yes, this may be stretching me, but ultimately it's to help me to get to the things that I have asked for what I want in life. I remember being back home in New Orleans, and I had accomplished a lot of things throughout my career, from having a reality television show to being a spokesperson on the Home Shopping Network in QVC, running a $160 million business for Hewlett Packard. Like, I had done so many amazing things, and yet I'm sitting there like, I'm feeling this discomfort, this dis-ease, this like, because was planted with a thought, with a path that I was supposed to walk down, but I had been too afraid to actually take the steps to move forward to fully pursue it. And I had been called to come to California to more fully pursue my acting career. But I was just kind of like, but things are good here. And, I don't know. And the uncertainty of what that step would mean. But the discomfort, the pain became so strong. It was like, no, like it's time, because this feeling is not going to go away until I answer the call that I have been called to. And when I made that decision, literally, because to decide means to cut off. So when you decide, you cut off all other retreat, all other options, and you move forward with what you have decided. And I said, cool, I'm moving to California. And it was literally like March. It was like March 6th, because it was like 61 days. I can't think of the exact date. But I reached out to my former acting coach here in California. And I was like, when is your next intensive or your next course starting back up? And she gave me the date. She was like, June 26th. I was like, cool, I'll be out there by June 24th. No problem. And I had no idea, okay, where am I going to live? Where am I? Like, all of these things I had not worked out yet, but I made a decision. I'm going to be out here in California. And guess what? I was out here and have been out here for the last 4 years, thriving.
I remember that. I remember her saying, I'm moving, and just seeing it, because we're Facebook friends. And I was like, man, I'm so happy for her, and just stepping out, and like you said, just being inspired by that, like just go out there and do it, do it.
I know your story. We have our long talks and stuff like that. And I didn't want my friend to leave because she gives me energy. Even when we talk over the phone, I didn't want her to leave. And I'm glad you touched on how successful you were here.
Right.
But there was something still pulling on and tugging on you to say, there's more. There's more. I have more for you, Havilah. I have more for your life. I have more for your plan. I always talk about how I see you talking to the masses. And you often tell me I see you praying for the masses.
Right? If you have not experienced one of them Spice Diva prayers,
yes! Yes, so I'm so excited that you stepped out. Like, she was real, like, she was doing stuff here.
NCIS, New Orleans,
yes,
yep.
New
I was
Orleans.
a part of that series.
She was in plays and theaters and so much. She was doing so much.
She was doing a lot.
But he said, I had more. And that step and that move that you made to California, not Fox, CBS, national commercials, like God has said.
Yeah, it was just rolling. Rolling.
Sometimes I look at a picture, I say, booked it. Tell us the transition of you leaving from New Orleans to California, some of the great things that you have done out there for the people that don't know, the people, everybody know you that's probably watching our show, our podcast.
Right.
But tell them about the journey and the transition of going to California and why you have no regrets.
Absolutely. You know what? The phrase that dreams really do come true is so accurate, because I can remember when I was in high school and I was a part of a junior league program where we got to try real cases in court. So we were the defendants that we were given were already found guilty of their crimes, but we got to argue their sentencing before a judge. And I absolutely loved it. In fact, my first career path I was going to go into law, because I'm like, I could definitely get in front of this jury and, present this case and, win for my clients and stuff like that. And when it was time for me to decide, my major going into college, I was like, okay, I can go to law school, become a lawyer, or I was like, I can just play a lawyer on TV. So I was like, I can get the best of both worlds. I was like, it'd be amazing. And I remember I throughout my career, I've done so many other things in the entertainment, industry, especially playing like law officers, playing moms, things of that nature. But I had never played a lawyer. And I'm like, you literally gave up a career path to be able to do this, like gave up a career path in law to go into entertainment. And yet that one childhood desire and dream has not yet been fulfilled, which is why I knew and I felt the call. I've got to go to California. Like it is time for me to go.
Yes.
And yeah, and then being here, I got the opportunity and it was wild. I had got put on a veil for a national commercial. And so being put on a veil means that you have gone through the audition process, you've gotten the call back, you are down to like one, two, maybe three people in consideration for that particular role.
Okay.
And so then they make sure that you're still available for it. And then within a few days or whatever, they'll make their final decision. And then either you're going to get booked or you'll be released. And so I was put on a veil for this national commercial. And at that time, my hair, because of course, I was bald for a minute.
Yes. I love that hairstyle.
Yes.
It went short.
I like that hair now, too. I like it then and I like it
beautiful
now, baby.
Thank you. And so because my hair kept growing out like a little bit. And once you get put on a veil, like you can't change your look. And so I'm like, okay, so either I'm going to shoot this commercial and, I have to leave my hair as it is, but I was ready to cut it back off. I was ready to go back bald. And so I'm literally waiting like, is it a go so I can leave my hair alone, or is it not a go and I can go cut my hair off? And so it comes down to like the last couple days, and I'm just like, I asked my agent, I'm like, am I getting booked for this? Are they releasing me? Like, what's the deal? And they were like, you know what? It's probably going to release, but I'm not sure yet. So then we get a notice that day I was released. And I'm the kind of person that believes what's for you is for you and cannot be taken from you. So even when something doesn't book, I'm like, okay, cool, because something better is coming my way that's for me. So it's a different mindset than being like, oh, dang, I didn't get that and that. No, like that just means that was making way for something better to come. So cool beans, like that's for whoever it was for.
Like what's next? What's next?
Yeah, precisely. So I get the phone call. I'm like, okay, cool. Cause he's like, I'm so sorry. So I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, all right, cool. Click. I go straight to the bathroom, get the clippers out, and I'm like, shaving. I'm shaving. And I get a call from my then manager, and she was like, you have an audition in your inbox. And I was like, oh crap. So it's like I'm sitting here shaving my head and I gotta go do this audition. So I go to my inbox and tell me what the audition was for. What? For a bald-headed lawyer.
Wow.
That is amazing.
But
I was like
intuitive because you were already itchy. You was like, this hair is coming off one way or another.
Yes.
And then to get the call for exactly, it's like you manifested to you. Like,
that's her big word, manifest.
Yes.
She
proof of what's possible.
Yeah, be proof of what's possible. Manifestation, law of attraction. I got that in my head from you. Yes. Law of attraction, manifestation.
Yes.
When I'm feeling stuff, I'm like, Havilah, manifestation, law of attraction.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's like, are we in harmony with the things that we are asking for? Because everything is energy, everything is vibration. And so I'm literally in the bathroom shaving my head in preparation for what was already on its way to me. So when I saw that notice for a bald-headed lawyer, I was like, this is mine. Yeah. I was like, it's done. Like, this is mine.
Yeah. Yes. This is mine.
And so I finish shaving my head. I start working on the material, whatever. I end up putting the audition to tape, send it off. Now, the date passed when it was actually time to like where it was supposed to book, and then they were supposed to shoot. Like the date passed, and I'm just like, but I this is for me. Like I know it is, and I'm like, and the appearances are that there's no way it's yours because the filming date has already passed. Yeah. My agent reaches back out to me. He was like, Havilah. He was like, you booked it. Wow. They ended up changing the date. They pushed the date further back out. And so that was when I had booked HBO's Insecure, and I played a lawyer on that series.
Yes. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I was reading your bio, and I told Krisha, I said, "Man, it's some of these shows I said I didn't want to watch, but I'm gonna go back and watch them now."
I gotta see Havilah did something. You know people again. This always happens to us, Havilah. We know people, but then when we read their bio, we see all the accomplishments
Yes.
and things that they have done that we didn't know about.
Right.
You know, you think you know a person, but you don't know all of
the
this.
things. Right.
Tell us about your. We have like five. They say five. You know, they
Minutes.
cute us, but tell us about your life as an author. Tell them about the books that you have written to touch the lives of so many people. Even my son, she has
Yes.
a book for
book.
kids.
The
Think and Grow
Napoleon.
Rich.
Oh,
Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
I
a
saw
spin
that.
off for
Yes.
children.
Mhm.
Yeah, so tell us about that. Tell us about that journey.
Certainly. You know what? I think we are all multi gifted individuals, and sometimes we just don't even see the gifts that are in us until they're brought out or brought forth through circumstances. And my very first book that was published, I have three unpublished books, all number one bestsellers. And the very first one that came out was called How to Become a Publicity Magnet in Any Market via TV, Radio, and Print, which is this little jewel right here. And this one came about because of after having over a decade of corporate experience running $160 million business, and then also my television presence, from not only when I in my days when I worked at Fox, in news, but then also in the entertainment side of acting and hosting and things like that. People were always wondering, or I would ask me the same questions over and over and over again, and I was just kind of like, okay, it would be so much easier if I just put this in a book, and then so they could just read this. Exactly. And so that's kind of how, in short, that process for the first book was born. I had never even seen myself as an author until I became an author. And then it was just like, oh wow, okay, this is a real thing, and this is a real path for my life and for my gifts to be expressed. And I have always been a student of and a huge proponent of Napoleon Hill and his work. So Think and Grow Rich, it's a book that changed my life. And so, in the process of me continuing to instill those principles in myself, I was given the opportunity to work with the Napoleon Hill Foundation, and we actually created a children's book, which is a children's version of Think and Grow Rich, called The Amazing Adventures of Oliver Young Napoleon Hill, which gives those 17 principles of success to kids for the first time in history. And Think and Grow Rich is one of the top 10 best-selling books of all time. It has created more millionaires than any other success philosophy in history. So to be a part of that legacy, so it's like instead of us having to unlearn and relearn things, we get to give children this as their foundation. And I'm like, I always used to say, I am the love child of Napoleon Hill and Oprah Winfrey. I'm like, that's my
right? I know, right?
That's an awesome.
We
too. Awesome
shared that
duo.
with Oprah. I love Oprah. I love Oprah. I always have loved her since I was a little kid. I don't care. She can't do no wrong. She's my on her God. Okay, she can't do nothing wrong.
And you know what? I have always said that was my mom and dad, and I always saw my connection with them. And then I literally manifested being a part of the Napoleon Hill family through this book, and I played Oprah in a film. So I'm just kind of like, you literally, the things that you're putting out there, the things that you're saying will show up in some way, shape, or form. So be careful about what you say and know what you want.
Yeah. And you honestly, the way you command through manifestation of things in your life, you are similar. You remind me of Oprah, like her voice, that's why you got that role to play Oprah. That's why you got that role. But you remind me of that. I am so proud of you and everything that you have done in your life. I'm supposed to be coming to Cali. I'm gonna come there. I'm gonna book my ticket. I have to go see her. She was like, she been inviting me. You gotta come up, but the pandemic happened. and it was heightened and stuff like that. But I have to go out there and
Yes,
see
you
the
have to get
great
out
things that
there.
she's doing. Yeah, but
Absolutely.
we are honored to have you here. Tell them about the book, the one
Where
that
can we
we
find your
yeah.
books?
There we
Yes.
go. One more. There
So
we go.
this
That's the one.
is the latest book called Rewriting a New History, a spiritual path to audacious authenticity and healing. And we all have things that we have dealt with, struggled with, whether it has been through childhood trauma, through things that have happened in our lives, and experiences that we've had that have diminished our self-worth, diminished who we know that we are, but we have forgotten that we are. And so there are many methodologies and tools for healing. This book specifically goes into a journey into ayahuasca, which is a plant medicine that really helps to open up that spiritual connection, that connection with our greater self, and just all the things that unfolded in that path, the lessons that were learned, the messages that were shared that were not just for me, but for others as well, to help them on their journey of stepping into their full power, so that you know who you are and you act in accordance with that, so you get what you want and deserve out of this life.
Because like again, I'm gonna say that phrase, life is lifing. And we think that we're supposed to be perfect, but we don't oftentimes deal with the childhood trauma, and that's a lot of times that's what hold us for our success. I heard today Sona, et he talked about how he had to, before he became famous, or before he became a great motivational speaker, he had to deal with the trauma of feeling like his mom and his dad left him in the abandoned buildings. He had to deal with that before he can catapult forward. So sometimes we have to deal with our childhood trauma and stuff, and it could be ways of, like you said, healing. It could be ways of religion. We have to deal with it.
You
We
know,
have to.
I often talk about my journey with, therapy, but I would say, go to therapy, because a lot of times, even if you don't know, because what ended up happening through that experience, we did visit part of my childhood past. And where things connected to the present was from the childhood. And so, like you said, when you don't compartmentalize, when you don't deal with those issues, you just sweep them under the rug and you kind of move on from that. But you drag all of that through all of these other experiences that you continue to hold on to, because you never dealt with the stuff in the foundation. And then you get to
Yeah.
a point to where you
You
gonna
explode.
explode. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, you bust.
that was one of the very things that made me like really open up when we went back to that part, and I started relating things together. And I'm gonna tell you, it gave me the biggest growth. Because you're just talking about little things here and there, but when we went from there, it just really opened up a lot of what was going on and stuff like that. So, absolutely true. When you have trauma in your life and you don't handle it properly, or deal with the situation, go through the situation, not sweep it under the rug. Yes, you just hauling everything with you every day, every day.
And a
you know.
way of thinking, or a habit that we may have developed because of those situations, may have served us in that period of our lives, but is no longer serving us now in who it is that we are and want to be. So, but it's unconscious at this point. You just think, oh, this is just how I am. This is just who I am. No, it's your trauma that is then clothed in what you then think is your personality, and
Yeah.
it's not who you are.
Yeah.
So we have to address those things, heal from them, so that we can then grow and continue
Yes.
to evolve. We're
Yeah.
supposed to continue to evolve and change over time. Like, people are like, oh man, you have changed. Well, thank God.
I don't want to be stuck.
Right.
I don't want to
Who
be
wants to be the
stuck
same
here.
person I
I
was
need
when
to.
I was two?
That's right, right. I want to change. I want to change. I know we have to wrap it up. Like, I could talk to you all day. You my girl. I was like, oh man, I could
Yeah,
talk
this,
to her
this how
all
it was when we were doing
day.
her makeup. We were talking and chatting. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta work. I gotta work.
Yeah.
This is
So tell them
so
how
amazing.
they can find you. Tell them how they can get the books, of course. How they can well how they can the books, and as well as if they wanted to
Book
book
you.
her. Yeah, book it. If they wanted to book it, how they can
Absolutely.
book you for motivational speaking, for acting, for phenomenal
Coaching.
coaching. Oh yes, life coaching. Yes. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
the books are available on Amazon, or where any books are sold. So if you go to barnesandnobles.com, walmart.com, wherever, you're able to bring home a copy of those books for your own personal use. And for me, I mean, people just in general can find me on all social media platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, at Havilah Malone. And as far as reaching out directly, you can email me at ask@havilahmalone.com. And if it's for like entertainment related things, then through my agents at Activity LA. So I am super excited to be able to, see what continues to unfold. Like I know the direction in which my life is going, but I know that God has so many surprises along the way, that I did unexpected blessings along the way. So I'm just kind of like, hey, let's enjoy this ride.
Let's enjoy this ride. Again, I am so proud of you,
Yes.
and I am honored for you being here today. We got to have our long talk like we normally do to catch up. So I'll be calling you after because we got to catch up, you know?
Yes, and I need some of that powerful prayer. Ooh, it just like fills
Yes,
your soul.
yes, yes. I need my friend. I miss my friend. Even when we're not, connecting and talking every day, I just know I carry you in my spirit, and I'm so proud of you. And you make me proud every time I see one of your posts. Yes. So we do this thing, right? And we do red. I don't know if you see it, but we do red lip talk. So once we go to the next segment or the commercial, we do red lip talk podcast, and we do a thing called mwah. So we want you to do that with us.
That's an
Okay.
actress. You
I'm
know,
ready with my lips.
practice what I'm gonna do.
Yes. So I guess we send us off, Sona.
Yes. So y'all stay tuned for part 2 with Mike Forrest on Red Lip Talk Podcast.
Mwah.
Spice Divas. Sona's Charm. Red Lip Talk. Red Lip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
Red Lip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
Red Lip Talk.
Hello, everyone. This day is declared National Still Body Day. People, it is here. It has arrived.
We have 2,500 bottles of this formula that's designed to give you what you need in terms of health, happiness, and healing. People have testimonies already. People have been serviced already. And now we want you to be a part of this blessed experience. Give us a call at 416-5256. Give us a call at 237-4000. And we have a bottle for you. And trust me, this will be the best investment you ever made for your body. You heard it from the truth, the whole truth, Dr. Truth, Dr. Kendra, Baby Truth. Now,
What's up, Noel? It's the homie Bank Boris Site, here to let everyone know about the second annual Grief Awareness Day. This is a day to honor parents who has lost a child to gun violence. We are asking our local retail vendors to come out, food vendors, and nonprofits to support community economics and healing. This is a worthy cause for our community. Your sponsorship dollars will help us have a successful event. We're going to have great things to do like a car show, food challenges, balloon releases for our families, and we have special guest speakers to come out and support our families. If you would like to make a contribution or become a vendor, please contact Trinette Wilson at 504-231-0950. And remember, this is an event that we all together can support to help the grieving families in our community. We need you, yes you, to come out and support. We'll see you there.
Hello, somebody. It's your boy Marlon Big Fave Favorite, and Inside the Trenches podcast is back, baby. We back. Y'all make sure y'all check us out for excellent season, and you can check us out on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Y'all make sure y'all follow me at Big Fave 504. We back at it, baby. We in them trenches.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
Yes, and we're back. Welcome back to Red Lip Talk Podcast. Yes,
And we're here with our next guest,
Yes,
Mr. Mike Forrest.
Mr. Mike Forrest, a New
Y'all doing?
Orleans actor, but just not just to New Orleans, right? Huh?
Oh no, not just to New Orleans. I've been a few places and I've done a few short films at a few different cities. You hear me?
Yes, I was excited when I was reading your bio. You know, I met him in here and at the studio. He was doing another podcast, and I was like, "We have to have you on Red Lip Talk Podcast. We're gonna get you on Red Lip Talk Podcast." So we are so happy that you accepted our invitation to come on our podcast. I know you don't have the red lips, but you on.
Nah. I ain't gonna be blowing no kisses like Havilah. But you know,
So wait,
I kept one.
right.
Girl.
That's
I
what.
kept
Yeah,
it. Girl.
for the men, we do this. They do that. So we, there we go. There we
All right,
go.
I'm good with that one. Good with that one.
Yeah. So Mike, it was so great seeing your work. You know, I looked at your stuff. You do a lot of things. You are like people respect you so much in New Orleans, and they kind of like, you know, the more successful you become, they kind of root for him. You know, like the more successful you bridging the gap for so many in New Orleans, so many in I think Marrero. Or
Yeah, I grew up in Marrero.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes I like to say is that I didn't have to take the Hewitt P. Long in order to see the clear view. And that's because, you know, myself being from the West Bank and the network that I have created for myself as well as others in my circles, you know, I like to bridge the gap between, you know, the West Bank and local New Orleans. It's been a blessing. You know, it's definitely a blessing to have people in my corner that are rooting for me. It's you know, it's coming so fast. It almost seems unreal. I really enjoyed the talk you had with Havilah about how God moves and the things what God has for you, because it's nothing but divine intervention that got me to where I am right now, to be totally honest with you. I've only been acting for 4 years. Like I have not been doing this long. I don't have any formal training. I didn't go to college for drama and theater. I went to school for business. I fell into this acting thing by being at the right place in the right time. You know, I'm from Marrero. I did the military. I had a 9-to-5 job before I started, you know, acting. I still got a 9-to-5 right now.
Right. So, I don't know if you remember, but I met you on Frantic Love 4. I was the hair and makeup person at the church that day, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, we both are kind of breaking into the film movie scene at the same time. So, do you remember your first big break?
Yes. I do a lot of stage plays here in New Orleans, and my very first big break was actually my debut. I was just browsing on Facebook, and a beautiful lady named Tommy Myrick was holding auditions for a play called A Raisin in the Sun. And, you know, I just happened to like the post. I wasn't planning on, you know, going to an audition. You know, I've never auditioned for anything. And it just by happenstance, her assistant at the time reached out to me and said she would like to speak to you. Miss Tommy is definitely one of the premier Black directors in this city, and for her to reach out to me was definitely an honor. And she called me and said, "Michael, read this script." No problem. So I started reading, and she said, okay, I want you to come to the cast meeting. So I didn't know what that meant, but as I'm sitting in the cast meeting at the Ashe Cultural Center on Aretha Castle Haley, I'm sitting in here with some people that I've only seen in movies. A good friend of mine, Mr. Martin Bradford, Robert Dokey, Miss Carol, the late Carol Sutton, people that are sitting on this stage, and I'm just on the sideline, like, hey, I'm half starstruck myself. Like I remember her from this movie. I remember him from this movie. And
did you try to play it cool?
I'm sorry.
Did you try to play it cool?
Yes, I was trying my best to play it cool, and I probably did a very terrible job at it. But I'm watching Mr. Robert Dokey. He was slated to be the lead in this production as Walter Lee Younger, and they're doing the table read, and everybody's doing their thing, and I'm just amazed and shocked. Like, wow, these people are great. And then they say, Michael, why don't you just take over for Robert for a second while he takes a break? I just go to reading. I'm having fun. Enjoying myself, and then after they come back from break, the director, she starts to tell people, okay, this person is playing this role, this person is playing that role. And, I'm just happy to be there. And she said, well, in Walter Lee Younger, is gonna be played by Michael Forrest.
Wow. You say who?
What you mean, me?
Who they talk about?
Me? I was absolutely shocked, and to share the stage with so many great actors, and it was an honor, and it was rough in the beginning because I didn't know what kind of work goes into being an actor. I thought acting, in my own defense, before this, all I thought acting was my friends and I quoting our favorite movie lines at school, cracking jokes.
Right.
I didn't know that was acting. I didn't know that was acting. I just wanted it to be funny and believable at the time, and just building on that. And then since that my first role in an actual stage play was a leading role, and I actually won the Big Easy Entertainment Award for that role. That was when I knew, okay, this is your lane. This is where you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. You were, not to cut you off, but you was recently you were honored by Gambit, huh? You were acknowledged at Gambit.
Yes, this was my second time. This was my second time. The Big Easy Awards is sponsored by the Gambit newspaper. It was a much larger scale of an event back in 2020 when I first won, but they went away because of the pandemic, and then this year they finally came back, and it's been a blessing that I'm actually still in this game doing what I love to do. And I was nominated for Best Actor once again. And, I don't take it lightly in the least bit. There's so much talent in this city, especially when it comes to acting. You would not believe it. I like to look at it as I'm just representing for the West Bank in a big pool of big fish.
Yeah. Would you ever, I know Havilah left, and we on the same page. Look, so we know Havilah left, and they do call us the Hollywood South. Would you ever decide to relocate for your career, or
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. The only reasons that I haven't left yet is that I'm consistently receiving opportunities here in New Orleans. Consistently. In the past 4 years, I think I've only gone maybe 2 months without some type of entertainment industry work.
Wow, that is a blessing. That is
awesome.
a blessing.
Even with all the negotiations going on, because I know a lot of the filming slowed up here. So even with all of that happening, you've still been pretty active in the film industry.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't understand about this industry. There are so many moving parts to the film industry, as well as this acting period. Just because you're not the lead character in your favorite Netflix film or your favorite Prime TV show, it doesn't mean you're not working. There are many great directors and filmmakers here in New Orleans, as well as around the country, who do amazing work, who do not get the recognition that they so deserve in this industry. But I've been fortunate enough to get background roles, stand-in roles. Shout out to whoever is doing the stand-in role for Jamie Foxx right now. He eating right now.
Yeah,
I don't
you
want
done got
nobody
paid.
hating on that man. I don't want nobody hating on that man. Being a stand-in for the right actor can set you up for a lot of success. I have I have a friend of mine who's Eddie Murphy's direct stand-in for every movie he does. Whenever Eddie's on set, he's there too. So I do not ever want anybody to, downplay things that go on in the entertainment industry that are not leading roles. There's other things that go on. Like I said, I try to stay consistent as much as possible when it comes to this craft and what I love doing.
So I don't want to put you on the spot, but I know well for my daughter, she started off as a little girl wanting to be an actor. She's Mama, I want to do it. I want to do it. So we did we did a theater. She did with the guy Lucky Johnson here
Yeah, I know
in
that.
New Orleans. Yeah, so we went to his school. We went to some other acting schools and stuff, and I was like, because I was looking at your stuff, and they talked about monologues. How important is a monologue? Like that, does that get you the job, or what?
Well, a lot of auditions an actor will attend. They will ask you. It's always good. It's always good for an actor to have at least 2 to 3 good monologues just in their back pocket, just in case someone puts you on the spot at an audition to see what you can do. And it's good to have different monologues in your bag because they may want you to do something comedic. They may want you to do something dramatic or, something completely off the wall, just to show your character range that you can do. Havilah spoke greatly on having the right look and having the right presentation because, just because I have a beard doesn't mean I go into an audition and automatically they're going to cast me because I have a beard. They may ask me, are you willing to shave your beard? Sure. Yes. No problem. The last production that I just came off, I was a Tuskegee Airman. I had a clean face,
I saw that.
You have to be able to, be a chameleon and be able to adjust in any situation and having the right monologue and giving the right monologue in the right room will set you up for life. The father from BMF, forgive me, I can't remember his name right now, Charles. I've heard there's stories of him being on the set of Tyson that was shot. Some of it was shot here in New Orleans. They said there was a sound stage on one of the sets and no one was shooting. And he walked on this sound stage and gave one of the greatest Shakespeare monologues that you will ever hear. And no one asked him to do it. No one told him, hey, go up there and do your thing. But as he starts to do this monologue, everyone's attention just gravitates toward him, even though they're not recording, to the point where the director tells the camera crew, get that on film. Did you get that?
Wow.
A monologue is like a hot 16 from a rapper. Your best freestyle is gonna go viral. Your best hot 16 is gonna go viral. It's the same with a monologue. The right monologue will have your name being spoken in rooms that you never even heard of, just because he's great. Did you know he can do this monologue? People talk about that in this industry. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
I know. I was also looking at his information and looking at your stuff on the internet and your social media and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, he was in Emancipation. He was in the movie. You were in that movie, and you look so different in that movie. That's you look so. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
I could send you pictures of me and myself on set. I had a very big scruffy beard, no haircut, no lining. They told us we couldn't get a haircut. That was about a 6-month stretch altogether. Just the experience and the things that were portrayed, and not everything that you see in the basic cut of the film. That's not everything that was shot. there was definitely a scene where I was right there eye to eye with Will that I was so mad that didn't make the cut, but they didn't make the cut, didn't make it off the cutting room floor. But I made a lot of lifelong friends on that set, and I was able to actually chop it up with Will one on one, and even the director Antoine. I like to call him Unc, but he goes Antoine Farquhar, but he's like that cool Unc that doesn't know he's an Unc yet. He's like a cousin, somewhere between them, but he's cool, and he had a lot of great wisdom. And just when you're an actor, it doesn't matter whether you're the star or you're standing or a background. Just being in that experience is surreal, especially in a movie of that on that scale, of that magnitude. Just being in the space, being in that space was a great experience.
So, like, what would you tell a person that wants to, because you like you said, you didn't go through acting school, you didn't do anything, it just was a gift, it just was the direction that God had for your life, or again, manifestation, it was something. What would you tell somebody, like, what would be their like a takeaway? We call it a takeaway here. What would be a takeaway? Like what would you, and not only that, let's go here, because I don't know why we talking, something just telling me like, what is your why? Like, why are you doing what you do as far as an actor? Is it some type of pushing force? Because everybody got to have a why as to why they're doing this, why they want to continue in this path, this entertainment path, or whatever. What is your why? What charges you? What gets you like, I'm going through this, I'm gonna do this monologue,
No problem. Well, growing up where I grew up, I'll just say this: Higgins number one. I went to Higgins, and my generation at LW Higgins, it was going to Higgins was like going to a black version of Greece. Everybody had talent. There were the musicians, there were the poets, there were the artists, there were the athletes. Everybody was doing something, and a lot like Havilah, I was good at a lot of things, but I never had something that I actually stuck to, because okay, if I do this, I don't want to miss out on this. If I do this, I don't miss out on doing that. And the steps I would tell someone, if I could go back again, I would definitely tell myself, do drama and theater in school. Wow. Like, when I was in school, drama and theater was like, oh, what's that? That's for those weird kids. No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's true.
No, it's not.
Because you gotta be macho.
I feel
you
bad.
did.
Yeah.
Don't tell me, Sona.
I didn't, but my baby brother, Patan.
Okay.
So he was, gifted and talented in theater. Yeah. And so, I mean, he's in college now, not for acting or anything, but I mean, at some point he kind of lost the passion for it. But I said, I hope it wasn't because they thought he was a weird kid.
It's that stigma that keeps a lot of talented kids out of drama and theater. We don't want to get ridiculed, like, oh, we like to play it cool, like we're macho, we're football players, basketball players, and cool. Yeah, I was a great athlete. I was. I didn't know how good I was at acting until I actually applied myself to it. Just coming from where we come from, if you knew how to dance or rap, you owned the lunch hour in high school was your performance hour.
Yes.
And I didn't know that the things I took for granted were just, I thought, things I thought just to get girls and get girls to talk to me. I didn't know that was real talent. I thought it was just, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying myself. I'm being a kid. But my why is, I do this for the kids I do this for the young guys who thought like I did. That's not cool. They think this isn't cool. But like, no, the Black Panther, that's an actor. Denzel, that's an actor. These are the people you look up to. These guys were actors. One of the first things Denzel Washington will ask a new actor who becomes starstruck, hey, I want to work with you one day. He'll ask you, have you taken classes? Do you have training?
Wow.
The first conversation I ever had with Antoine Farquhar, he liked my look, but he asked me, do you have training?
Wow.
You have no idea. You have no idea how much of a relief it was for me to look this man in his face and say, "Yes, I have training."
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
It's like going to a job interview. It's like going to a job interview and they ask you, "Do you have any experience doing this?" And you don't want to say no. Like, what?
Yeah, you don't.
No. Why are you here? But like when you're an actor and you've done work, I don't care if you've taken an intensive from an acting teacher or if you've just been in a room where actors were doing actor exercises. Pay attention to the room. Yeah. It's the same as if you were a standout athlete and you play older or more talented people because you want to get to their level. It's the same thing. I got into a room with a bunch of very, very talented and experienced actors, and all I wanted to do was keep up. I had no intention of outshining anybody or trying to prove I'm the best in the room. All I was trying to do was keep up. Yeah. As long as I could, ride the same wave they were on, I was good.
And as long as you was in that room.
Right.
Yes.
Sometimes you're getting in the room.
Yes.
So when you're in the room, then you make your mark.
That's right.
Because again, what's for you is for you. And
That's
I look forward
right.
to seeing you in many more films.
Yes.
We look forward to seeing you. And don't forget about us, okay?
I look forward to doing your hair and makeup again.
Me and your production team go way back.
All of those.
Don't forget about us here, please.
I won't. I promise you I won't. Put me in them same prayers you put Havilah in. Please. Our last name is Malone, so we probably can. I'll have to do some research.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her last name rings a bell for mother call my grandma in a minute.
Yeah, you might need to. And you also another friend of mine. I saw Joanna Hale McGill. You know her as
That's
well.
my baby. Yeah, that's my baby. Yes.
You know as well. I say,
Beautiful
all my people.
Yes.
The entertainment industry is a small circle here. New Orleans ain't that big anyway. So
no, I actually met Joanna at an intensive. The very first intensive I've ever done.
Okay, what's
the guy
the intensive? Hold on, because I don't know what that is. What's the intensive?
An intensive is pretty much like an actor's workshop. It's like, I know you and we talked about your son and his football career. An intensive is like going to football camp.
Okay.
It's like it might be one day, it might be a few days, but each of those days you're in this workshop and the instructor is going to give you pretty much formal training as an actor, whether it's auditions, blocking, which is how you move on set, things of that nature. He teaches you he gives you great pointers on being an actor. That intensive changed my entire perspective. And to be honest, Lucky Johnson was in that intensive. I had him dying laughing because I did a monologue from Coming to America, and he thought it was hilarious.
I said we ain't gonna put him on the spot to do a monologue. But go ahead. He said, "Don't do it to me." All right.
But it's all about being like I said, being an actor doing monologues is like a rapper being asked to just spit a high 16.
Okay,
like,
all right, no, all right. We ain't gonna do you that. Go ahead.
But I love this. I love this craft because having the opportunity to actually portray myself as a strong, positive Black role model in this industry is important to me. It's an unfortunate thing, but a lot of lead Black male characters in this industry are being pushed towards showing some type of homosexual tendencies or some type of alternative lifestyle. And I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not knocking nobody for their lifestyle. But I personally feel like there are not enough strong masculine males in Black males in leading roles, and I feel like I'm here to bridge that gap. It's unfortunate, what's going on with Jonathan Majors and what happened with Will Smith, but in this industry that we hold dear to our hearts, us as Black men have to watch how we move, and watch how we operate, just because things can get misconstrued very easily, and be twisted very various ways when you are in the entertainment industry. Rappers think it's just all about them. No, it's not. No, y'all just a chip of the iceberg. Um,
And then
uh,
we talk about that on the show, like, you have different standards. Like with Will Smith, with the situation with him, I guess he just thought
yeah,
because I'm Will Smith, I could go up there and just smack the out of somebody, and it's okay.
Yeah,
You just can't go and smack the out of nobody.
oh,
Will,
can't do that.
that's so out of character for him to do something like that. So I can't imagine what would have had to been going through his brain at that exact moment. Was he trying to prove a point for his wife?
Yeah.
Was there some type of something that we were supposed to? Because people were shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like, oh, look what he did, haha.
Yeah.
They were like, whoa, look what he did.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
This,
I think
this
it
was
was all the stuff. I think it was all the stuff of like, the humiliation. And I
yeah.
think that's what made him smack him. Like, I'm
I
gonna
look-
take it out on you.
That's like a street
I
code.
look at it like this: being an actor, and I'm pretty sure there are many actors that will agree. Just because of just by the way things played out on camera and how Will just randomly got up, I feel as though a conversation was had before those cameras started rolling between Will or someone on the production team. A conversation was had because I've spent time with Will. I've had conversations with him along with other actors who did Emancipation. Just sitting around talking with him. He is a very, very personable individual. He's approachable. He's not stuck up. He's not the type to, oh, I'm a star. Don't talk to me. He's not like that.
Okay.
And for him to haul off and go and put hands on someone he considered a true friend for years, a conversation was had before those cameras started rolling. And I guarantee you, it went somewhere around the along the lines with "Don't play with me, don't play with me."
Yeah, don't
this
play
is
with
my
my
night.
wife.
This is my night. Don't play with me. But what a lot of people don't. A lot of people have to understand. In Chris Rock's defense, those shows are scripted. Right. There's a teleprompter that tells Chris exactly what to say, and because of the way he moved along with his lines and that part of his speech, he changed up what they really wanted him to say. And I feel like that's why he kept saying it's just a G.I. Jane joke, bro. Like I guarantee you that was not what was supposed to be said. I think he changed it up to lighten it because production is trying you. Yeah. I personally blame production and whoever wrote the show for that situation. Because I feel like, because Chris Rock is paid. Chris Rock is paid to host that show. That's not no volunteer gig. You're getting paid to host this show, so they expect you to do certain things. You can't just go into a movie set and say, "I'm gonna say this line." But what the script says this, they're gonna say, "Oh, you don't want to say what we want you to say? You're fired." Right. Yeah. Chris was put into a tight situation. Don't get me wrong. It shouldn't have been done, but it is what happened. And you can tell by the way other actors stepped in when it all happened that this wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah. You get Denzel and Tyler walking up to Will like, "Hey, look, relax. This is your night." But nobody noticed that Sam Jackson walked up to Will like, "Hey, man, look." Look. Nobody noticed that, right?
Sam is Sam all the way, no matter what.
What Sam did was my confirmation. Sam walked up to her, dapped him up like, "Man, you did that one, dog." Yeah. I feel like because Sam did that, I feel like that was my confirmation that yes, a conversation was had in the green room before the camera started rolling. Yeah. And I feel like Sam Jackson just tried to get Will to calm down because he was in a really emotional state at the time. You just embarrassed yourself on international television, but we got your back. Yeah. It was an unfortunate situation, and a lot of people didn't like Chris Rock's last stand-up special. I liked it. Don't get me wrong.
Nah, I liked
it.
But
he said something at the end that was so detrimental that even the crowd had to agree with him. And he said, "Look, my mother raised me. And my mother raised me and told me you don't fight in front of white people."
That's right. He said
but that's real. That's real for us.
That's the real thing. My mother taught me this. My mother taught me the same thing when I was growing up. And because of the circles that I was in, that I was constantly being put around people of other races. So I was raised to act a certain way and not just, pull my ghetto card out quick when things go wrong. I knew how to handle myself, and I just felt like Will had just got pushed over the tipping point at that time. And like it's unfortunate, but I feel like in time, because we as men, we've all had disagreements with one of our friends, whether it's in childhood or in adulthood. If y'all really friends, y'all gonna dap it up. You're gonna chop it up behind closed doors. Hey, dog, we good?
I mean, really, what they say, men fight and get over it. So the fact that he done slapped them is really over. It's just all the propaganda that's going on behind it. Like, it's like, I said what I said, you slapped me. All right, dude, I understand. Let's move on. Let's go to the next step.
That your slap made me I have my stand up. I'm making money
like
from
I'm good.
it.
I made money off of
Thank
it.
you. We can dap this off. You want to cut because I'm making this money. But I know they're telling us
we get money.
They're telling us we have to wrap up, but I wanted to touch on some things for you. We talked about multiple streams of income and different things that you're doing. I don't know if that's true, but I know I looked in your bio, I looked in your stuff, and I seen that you had you have a skincare line, like in the beauty industry. We salon owners, we in that beauty profession. You're gonna have to come out to our Louisiana State Beauticians and Barber thing and sell some of that skincare. Tell them a little bit about your skincare product.
I started Mike Forrest and Company in my grandmother's kitchen in Havilah Grove. Before a lot of these skincare lines came out, I used to mix up my own skincare regime because I couldn't find anything that actually worked for me. Neutrogena dried my skin out horribly. A lot of other over-the-counter items like made my skin react badly until I discovered a lot of natural ingredients. And I started doing my own research, and I started sending away for my ingredients to mix up. Instead of just going to the hair store or Walmart, I import all of my ingredients. I have real African black soap, real unrefined raw shea butter. Not something you get from, not that tub of yellow stuff you get from the hair store or Walmart. No. Everything is imported. I mix it all myself by hand. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, I make the best body butter on the planet. No cap.
What about chamomile? You have anything to cozy chamomile? Like chamomile soap?
I've concocted a chamomile type of salve for aches and pains. I've worked with THC enhanced body rubs as well as lip balms. I make an infused face wash out of black soap. I infuse with a few other essential oils that will clear up razor bumps, acne, scars. Anything.
That's what I was about to ask you. We were just talking while you were talking. I have a 2nd degree burn, and I'm gonna need something to get the scar off. So
I got you.
Yeah. So if you have something, okay.
Give me a few days. I'll mix you up some. I'll drop it off at the studio. Okay. I got you covered. Shea butter. There's a shea butter mix that I make that's gonna work great for you. I also have a proprietary blend that I make for people who suffer from eczema. I wouldn't say it's clinically proven like you'll see on a television commercial, but I've had a few very happy customers.
Okay. So like for example, we do retail at the salon. Sona is going in the direction of doing a lot of skincare and stuff like that. Is there anything that we can like put on the shelf maybe on Sona? Because we have a lot of retail client. Of course, the women will love it. They will love it.
Yeah.
You're a walking billboard because your skin is flawless.
Right. What do you put on his skin?
It's flawless.
You want some of that? Yeah.
I make my own stuff. It works out for me. Growing up, I was an athlete, so I broke out on my chest and my back a good bit, and nothing worked for me until I mixed up my own stuff. And then when I started getting other guys who lived active lifestyles like myself, hey, put this on, try this. And then I had a few young ladies who enjoyed the fragrances I was mixing up because I was making perfume. I was making face wash, my body butter. I was making 3 or 4 different available scents to the point where I had customers paying me $150 for 4 ounces because it was that good.
So
It
where can we find these products? Where are they located, or how do we get them?
I make them to order. I make them to order because I try to give my customers the best personal experience they can possibly get. Um, some customers they prefer unscented ingredients as well as they prefer certain essential oils over others. I like to give consultations to a lot of my new customers to find out what their skincare needs are, as well as if they have any skin allergies that I need to know about before I just send you something over the counter. Like how many times have you gotten something over the counter that said it would do something, but your body chemistry says, "Oh hell no, not that. That's not going to work for me."
So
So
you do like a personalized thing. That's what we were just saying. Like you personalize it. So that's even more
yes,
special. Like made to order. So if they wanted to
yes,
order, they would how would they contact? Would they email you? Would they
they can
your
they can
social media?
email me. They can email me at forest3203 at gmail.com, or they can DM me on my Instagram page. Uh, my company is called The Mike Forrest and Company, or on Instagram it's THEMFNCO, short for The Mike Forrest and Company. I I respond in a very timely manner. You won't be left in limbo for days and days. I make my jars either 4 or 10 ounce jars. Um, I've never had a customer complain in the years I've made these products. I've never had a customer complain, get upset with me, or have an issue with what I produce. The only reason that I'm not a millionaire now is because I was acting.
So
I,
like
Working on the other craft.
right. So you established Mike Forrest and Company in what 1985? Was that right?
that's the year I was born. That's the year I was born. I like to,
Okay.
I like to incorporate the year I was born because I feel like this is a God given gift, and I'm just starting to give it to the world. But I started selling officially in 2019.
So not that
In
long.
2019 is when I officially started retailing my products. You know, I've come across a lot of people that see me in public. When you gonna mix me up some stuff? I was like, well, you know, you ain't Zelle me, you ain't Zelle me or Cash App me. So you
So I was wondering, like, we have the Louisiana State Beauticians and Barbers Association. We have vendor opportunities. They're gonna have all type of maybe 200 or more actual beauticians and barbers there. That would be a great opportunity for you to come. But the thing is, I want to know if he custom do it. Maybe you can mix up
Maybe you
some of
have
his
like some samples,
general.
either some samples
yeah,
or just some stuff that
I'm gonna mix
sells
up.
regularly or generally to everybody.
Yeah,
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 I'm gonna
yeah.
mix up a few samples and a few fragrances.
And the cost and the boots, Mike, they are very feasible. It's for non-product vendors. Which you would be a non-product vendor. Me and Sona help with the trade show of of that event. There's 20 vendors total we having, and a non-product vendor is like 150, and you get to do it for 2 days. You make that money
Okay,
back like this. Trust me,
I'm very,
because
I'm
those
very
women,
interested.
like she said, you're a walking
You're a
billboard.
walking billboard.
They gonna say, "Ooh, his skin look good." What you say?
Thank you,
You know?
thank you. Appreciate that. I've been wanting to get into a venue like that for a while now. So yeah, this is a great opportunity for me, and
Yeah.
I will. It will be my honor to make a care package for each of y'all. I appreciate y'all letting me do that for y'all.
Thank you.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that so
And
much.
we'll definitely get with you. I'll send you the information. I'll get your information from Tarek, and we'll send you the information and stuff on it. You just pay your fee. You do the contract, and that's what it is. But tell them how they can book with you, like book, like we were saying,
Yeah,
Well,
book you
book
for
it.
a
you
Book
can,
you.
job. We want to
Book you.
keep this man a BMW.
yes, please.
Black man
I'm
work.
a
Yeah.
Corvette guy. I like that too.
I didn't
I
get
like
it at
that too.
first, Sona. I was like, hey, that's a good one.
They
BMW.
can
Black
they
man
can
working.
find
All right,
me
let's go.
on they can find me on Facebook is for one, Mike Forrest, as well as Instagram. My Instagram tag is Mike underscore Lucchini, like the old school rap songs, my favorite rap song.
Look,
Uh,
when I seen your name on the paper, I said Mike Forrest. I don't know him by that name because it's Lucchini.
When you
Yeah.
did the forest, what you trying to do? Forest Gump? Or what? I mean, what trying to shrimp forest? Like what?
Yeah.
I didn't know. So Mark Forrest is your government name. Gotcha.
Yeah. Mike Forrest is my government name. Mike
Oh, that's
Lucchini
the
was the name I got.
government. Okay, go ahead.
That was the name I got in college because I used to sing Lucchini all the time. It's like one of the greatest rap songs ever. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Mike Lucchini. If you want to book me, my email is Michael_Forrest at iCloud.com. As well as you can reach out to Voices in the Dark Talent Agency to reach out to my agent. I'm open for booking. Call me. I'm like Sam Jackson. I don't turn down no roles. I'm like Samuel Jackson. I don't turn down no roles.
Absolutely.
Right now in my career, I feel like I'm just one phone call away from being Otis Redding or the next Black Panther. That's the way I feel.
I feel that. I don't know why. I just feel that for you. That's why I told you don't forget about us. You know, don't forget about us. 'Cause I said I just feel that hit is coming, and it may be. And I'm gonna speak it out for you. Manifest it maybe for the end of this year hits. So.
Oh yeah.
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 So when it do, and you gonna Sona, you better not forget about us. You know what I mean? Say that girl spoken already.
Sona already seen me do my thing. I look forward to shooting more of A Frantic Love. I'm also going to be doing a stage play in the fall about the Angola 3. I'll more than likely be playing Albert Woodfox in the fall. So y'all definitely please come out and check me out, do my thing. This is what I love.
Absolutely.
We will. Thank you so
you
much.
for
We
coming
are
on.
honored that you came with us today and you took the time out. It just touches our heart. You as well as Havilah. You know, I know y'all busy and y'all have things that y'all doing and to stop y'all day and come on our podcast and talk with us. Make our podcast the Hollywood show. You know, make us the
Hollywood from
Hollywood
Holly
show.
Yes, indeed. Thank y'all for having me. I truly appreciate y'all.
So we are
I truly
so
appreciate you.
and we thank you. We thank you so much. We have a takeaway. I mean, I guess he can stay with us while we go ahead on and wrap it up.
So I guess
Go ahead. I'll be here.
the takeaway would be today is like manifestation. You know,
Yes.
so we have
Yes.
two great actress, here, and they're saying we manifested this for ourselves. I remember you had a post said the 10-year-old me like, yeah, you a
Yeah.
real actor.
Oh.
So I mean manifestation, and especially if you're a person who, because sometimes we get wrapped up in, oh, it's not going the way I wanted to, and you in those dark feelings. So just being positive, like this didn't work out because something better is coming my way, and know that it's coming, and then that it's for you, and no one else can take it away.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
My takeaway would be what I heard today. And it kind of like, sometimes God do things for a reason. Like what I heard today kind of went into what we've been talking about like the whole show. It's like divine, the way God do it. But my takeaway is what I heard from ET today, and he talked about we often wait and we look for other people to charge us, to give us the energy, to give us the oomph to go get what we need, oomph to go. But we want everybody else to cheerlead for us, but we really have to believe in ourselves and not become the victim, but become the victor. He gave the analogy of a triple A battery, and he talked about how a triple A battery only charges probably a remote and stuff like that. But we looking for other people to charge us, but we have to know we going in there charging ourselves. That's what he said. Et said, I don't need y'all to charge me. That's why y'all listen to my my videos for 5 minutes, because I'm coming with the plugs to put them on your chest and to electrocute you. So you might need my electrocution. I'm coming with it already. So that's the mindset, the manifestation of all the great things that is to come for all of us today. For you, Mike, for Havilah, so much more to come. I believe in it. I could feel this present. I feel the greatness on y'all, and I know that it's coming. It's there. Y'all already done great things, and I'm quite sure you have to be my grandma used to tell me, which is crazy. My grandma used to tell me, "Girl, you live in a fantasy world. You're not in reality." But I guess you have to be in a fantasy world.
You in reality, but you're dreaming about that fantasy, like that. What's the dream of mine?
Yes,
so that dream becomes the reality.
Yes. Because guess what? As kids, if you think about it, as kids, what we did, we dreamed about the things we want to do when we older. So why, when we get older, we stop dreaming?
Right. We stopped dreaming because we're taught to be mature, and I was definitely one of those kids getting popped for daydreaming so much. But I didn't know how to have an outlet for what I was doing besides playing, cops and robbers or army outside with my friends, and then I didn't know that was acting. I thought I was just playing a game with my friends, and it went from playing army and cops and robbers to now you're playing football and basketball in the streets. Where I grew up at, all the boys were athletes. You couldn't just come half stepping on our block. It was like a Nike commercial or something out there. But the dream you put behind it and the work you put in behind anything you pursue is going to pay off. And for the short period of time I've been doing this acting thing, it's paid off tremendously. That's why I know that I'm in my right lane and God got something really big up his sleeve for me. The same lady who trained me as an actor, she's trained Angela Bassett and Tasha Smith. Miss Tommy is an amazing teacher. I would not trade her guidance and her influence for anything in this world because it's been very, very integral to what I've been doing. I thank y'all so much for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you for being a part of our podcast today.
This has been a great show.
It has been a great show. We want to leave one more thing with y'all. Stay tuned for the Grief Awareness Day on May 13th.
Yes.
They're also looking for vendors for that event as well. So you guys out there needing an opportunity, a platform, we have one for you on May 13th as well as the Louisiana State Barbers and Beauty Association convention at the end of May. So you guys stay tuned. A lot of opportunities for you guys with products, clothing, services, all of those things.
All of those great things. So
right.
we're going to end our show. We want you to end it with us, Mike. We want you to do we do it. When we do the RedLip Talk product. So we thank y'all for tuning in. We can't wait to see y'all next week. We want y'all to tune in. And y'all, guess what? Tag, share, invite people.
That's right.
Invite people to see this amazing show. People taking time. Y'all want to do it now before we get, international, and you're not gonna be able to do that. I just went out there.
You put it out there. Look,
there.
We playing. We manifestation. Big things for RedLip Talk podcast. You heard me? That's New Orleans right there.
we need a New Orleans the Breakfast Club. We need that.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Stay tuned till next week, y'all. RedLip Talk podcast. Mwah.
All right. Yeah.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea. RedLip Talk. Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea. RedLip Talk. Spice Diva.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon Big Favorite, recruiting coordinator at Cafe Hope. If you're on the West Bank of New Orleans and between the ages of 18 and 23, come join our team. Benefits from learning and earning, getting certifications, life skills, and career training. Cafe Hope is a nonprofit culinary art and life skills program. Let Cafe Hope be the stepping stone to your next career choice. Come visit us, 1151 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Give Big Fav a call, 504-350-1218, or send them an email, marlon@cafehope.org. For more information, visit cafehope.org. Cafe Hope, the next step in life, baby. Hello, somebody.
It's your girl, Sona's Charm.
And it's your girl, Spice Divas, the marketing diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the RedLip Talk podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. RedLip Talk Podcast. Wow.